good afternoon. Good, actually, it's moving more towards the evening. How is everyone doing? In my business, when Trump got, because I didn't vote for Trump the first time, but what I saw was I thought it was a tragedy. But what I saw was when he got into office, and I'm not talking about the money that was given out, that my business I made 3 to 4 times what I normally made.
That's because the economy was expanded. You know, when it comes to me, I think the Democrats need to understand that you need to go back to when Obama was deporting 450,000 per month. Like, Democrats hasn't really changed. Well, Democrats have changed the past 8 years, but Democrats know how to sound like Republicans too. Deportation. That's why I'm looking at these Democrats like we're allowing them in. But Obama was deporting them. He was the deporter in chief. Like, when it comes to government contracting, if you flood the zone, if you overpopulate a black community, and you see that these people are getting preferential treatment, what makes you think that black people are gonna all of a sudden just gonna be, you know, in the green now? Because they really trying to make it Latino.
Oh, absolutely.
I ain't saying that Trump is the answer. Like, I hate when you get critical of Democrats. Well, so what are we supposed to vote for Trump? No, we supposed to get on the Democrats' head and say, hey, I've been voting for you all this time, man. I see that you're giving everybody else a check. You gave Asians the anti-hate crime bill. What's happening?
Yeah.
That's all.
I think I always pull up because with Tavis Smiley, I don't know if people remember Tavis Smiley. They took him off of BET. And Tavis ended up going on this channel called C-SPAN or something like that a lot of people didn't look at. But he always did the Black agenda, and people never watched that. And what people don't understand, I voted for Obama both times, and I voted for him just like many other Black people because he looked like me. I was proud that an African American man with a beautiful chocolate wife and Black kids was in the White House. But and it was what we have to understand is, and I didn't start opening my eyes until like I said, I started learning about politics within the last 10 years. Okay. I really started, and the reasons why I'm so passionate, I be cussing and going off about it, is because I'm just very disappointed in how in how Black people they understand what our ancestors and stuff have gone through, how they can get into a position when there's strength in numbers and don't band together, and they easily sell out. They understand even what their ancestors went through and what we're still going through, and they'll sell out.
And Shelby County is a sanctuary county, even though Tennessee ain't a sanctuary state. That's crazy work.
Right. Shelby County.
The Black county, that's crazy.
Yeah, Shelby County is blue, but Tennessee is a red state. But Shelby County is a Democratic city. I think all the other cities and counties are probably red, but Memphis is majority African American.
Yeah, see, here in LA used to be 30% Black. That's why I always sound nutty like this, because I'm like, Black folks, you don't understand. You have the Black stronghold now, but keep voting how you vote and ask no questions and demand nothing, and you will see it where LA was 30% Black when Magic Johnson and everybody in the LA Lakers was winning championships in the 80s. But now we're just 6% of the population in LA County. Well, actually, 6% in the country. No, and 6% in the state. But out of the country, most of the Black people are in the Southeast. Most Black people in the Southeast, they don't want no California politics. They don't want to see somebody that just got here 5 minutes ago get something over them. Don't care what party lines that you stand. And now you got certain cities saying that we need you to house a couple. Where the state will give you a couple of G's, you need a house 3 or 4 of them. You know, help us out. Nuts. Yeah, I'm dead serious.
So what do you think is? Let me ask you this: what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that who do you think will win between Kamala and Trump? What do you think is going to happen with that?
I think Donald Trump is going to win. I think there's white Democrats that say, I ain't voting no Black person. They'll either don't vote for Trump or vote for Robert Kennedy. Black people need to understand there's some racist bigots that will not vote a black person in. Hell, 6.5 million Obama voters voted for Trump. So I see a switch. I see the bigot Democrats, the Democrats that, they really try to act like they're cool with black folks, but in all honesty, they don't want no Kamala Harris in the White House. They want Bobby Kennedy, Gavin Newsom they'll deal with. But I think there's going to be some bigot Democrats who will really shock a lot of black women and say, what? Yeah. Because white women got Trump on top the first time. Like, what? Didn't they show us that where 47% of white women voted for Trump?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I see that. I can tell that California, because in Nancy Pelosi or something, is she from California? She's in.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi.
Okay. Has she done anything for California? Because she's been there a very long time.
Well, actually, with her and that Dianne Feinstein chick, they made most of their bread off the Iraq War, where Dianne Feinstein, her husband, was in charge of the company that had the bulletproof vest that was faulty.
Oh, wow.
They kept having them bulletproof vests.
Kind of like what Cheney did with the war, with his company.
Yes, the Uniparty, the Halliburton, and mind you, if Cheney don't rock with Donald Trump, he'll vote for Kamala Harris just like Bush was going to vote for Joe Biden. So this is really different than a Republican-Democrat thing. It's establishment versus non-establishment, because George Bush didn't like when Donald Trump banged on his brother. You don't fuck with that. Nah. So that shows you that, the establishment, they hate people that challenge it. They hate Cornel West. Hey, you see how they attack Cornel West?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Where this bigger than just Donald Trump. It's anybody that challenges the Democratic wing. You can't be the big homie when we tell you who's going to be your big homie. You don't tell us. Nah, that's how I'm telling you.
They said Nancy don't. The audience says Nancy doesn't like Harris, but she might still vote for her though.
You still vote for her over the Trump situation, but that's just like how Bill Clinton didn't like Obama, but he tolerated for optics. So yeah, I think Trump's gonna win this one in 2028. I think a Democrat is gonna sneak back in.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gavin Newsom is gonna sneak back in. He's gonna be the president of the United States.
Yeah.
And I don't see two consecutive Republican wings. But if Democrats really wanted to change something, they should have had a primary. They literally was about to force feed everybody black on Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And Hillary always thinks she got the opportunity to be the president.
I think that would be a disaster too. She's very ambitious.
Very ambitious, bro. Like the scary thing about when it comes to Democrat fuck ups, like I love when Republicans in the White House. When Republicans fucking up, black people be the first one to say stuff. He fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
When Democrats fucking up, we just act like we don't see it. Like
act like we don't see it.
A lot of black people tell me right now, man, inflation went down. Man, I said, bro, you want to go on a microphone and say that to people?
You know how they control us when they want to do something, because more money is made off of. My dad used to always say, rich people get rich off of what poor people don't know, meaning they take advantage of them. Okay, of poor people, and what Joe Biden has done is there's he wiped out the middle class. You either rich or poor. That means I'm poor, because I'm definitely not rich. And so yeah. And so what happens is it's unfortunate, and that's why I say we have to do better. I feel like if anybody's gonna say it, I think we got to start being transparent in order for our community to start doing better. We cannot continuously just vote for people based on race, right? We'll continue. We vote for people based on race, and they do nothing. And so when they want to do us dirty, they'll put a black face in the place, right? And then we don't say nothing, because we go, well, that's a black man or black woman, so we can't talk about a black man or a black woman. But they raking us over the coal.
with no oversight. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Carrington Cox says Joe has never had a real job a single day in his life. He's never had to work for anything. He has been stealing from Americans his entire life. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying because I do know that Robert Kennedy Jr. is running. I mean, there's another person within the race.
Yeah, but see, Democrats don't approve of him, and black folks look at Democrats and say, okay, you don't approve him, boss? Okay, we ain't fucking with you either. Okay. We only go with what the media say. Media say, Madam Harris, shit. Madam President Kamala Harris. It's Madam President Kamala Harris.
Well, do you think that the citizens have opened their eyes about these presidents? Because Joe Biden was in good with the rich rappers. Like they went to the White House. I don't know what they was doing. I know it had to be working with his people as far as policies, to try to make it less stringent on certain people. Some of these rappers that they have signed and all of that. So we know that was for a purpose. But do you think that the people have opened their eyes about just voting for people based on what rappers and celebrities say?
Yeah, I see a segment of people that say, nah, man, let me get on my Googles, let me get on my ChatGPT, let me research this. So yeah, I do see a segment, but really that's for like the younger crowd. That's for like the under 30 crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. Because black folks that are 45 and up, I don't think they listen to rap. Because my pop, he's 77 years old. He was a lifetime Democrat that flipped Republican. And he said that when it comes to how he sees it, more and more people are just starting to tune off the TV. When he asking around with his friends, these are lifetime Democrats too. They say, man, I feel disillusioned. I don't know who to vote for. And even good look for Democrats because Democrats, they like Devo. Nigga, you don't gotta like it. You just gotta vote for it. Hold your breath. You did it the first time, do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of that confrontational type stuff. Because if you listen to MSNBC right now, boy, they is bullying people. They just trying to shame people to vote their way. They don't even care if you win third party. They still feel that you still gave a vote away to Trump. So yeah, I think a lot of people are starting to stray away from the celebrities.
Yeah.
Celebrity entertainment. Because they're rich as hell. They're rich as hell. And a lot of people are starting to understand that, man, these people got paid on both sides. They got paid because if they don't have an attorney lobbying, pitching out shit, then yeah, man, because, Cube, he put money out of his own pocket. And even if people had a problem with Cube literally said that if you have a problem with my plan, let's come down and let's talk about it. He told that to Vivica Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate how celebrities got to be the barometer of shit, but, I guess that's the way how it works here in America.
It's sad, but it's going to be interesting to see, what happens. I hope that, our community, because the African American community, it's really a rich or poor thing now. I think what all communities need to understand is if you're not rich, you're in the same position really as the black people.
Yeah, because they can gentrify the neighborhood in a minute, or if they need housing, the housing's illegal, they're going to tell you, all right, it's time to go. Anybody in public assistance, they're going to be the first ones to get flashed. The black folks that say, well, I got a regular job. I do good for myself. Okay. Well, the illegals just going to rob your house. like they do in my neighborhood. That's why I say black folks, man, like we creating a new competition. Everybody else, if it was black people that came across the border, I think America would be unified and say, we don't want no new niggas.
Well, they turn them back away all the time.
Yep. But everybody, the black folks, we can't understand that we can't allow anti-black Hispanics in our neighborhood. That's what he's done with them in the neighborhood. telling you,
And
man,
what's
like,
most
look at
sadly is we have
California.
Americans that are living on the street that are homeless, and they get looked over for people outside of the country. I don't like that, and I can't understand why we even allowed that to happen.
But you got people say we need the labor, but even Mexicans is telling you in Chicago that these Venezuelans don't want no damn job. They robbing people, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, the major cities is like the key example of you don't want this crazy shit in your city. You don't want 2,500 or 3,500. Like here in LA, we got about at least from what the news say, we got at least 30,000 people coming in monthly here in California borders. 30,000 a month that they can track. I don't think somebody in their area in Alabama, Memphis, Tennessee, Mason, Tennessee, wherever you are at, I don't think anybody wants that shit in the South. Because the West Coast is going to fuck up down South with these crazy politics. And a lot of black folks that are Democrat in the South, y'all actually conservative because you believe in gun rights. Here in Cali, it's 7 years to hold a gun. That's why you think Lil Boosie was about to get caught up until his lawyer proved that it was a fake gun. Democrat law. I'm telling y'all lucky. Y'all get to carry a gun when you go to the grocery store.
I tell you, he says, and those people in Washington want to send your money to Ukraine for a war you have nothing to do with. And they're saying that Hillary wants to get into the race.
For Nazi-ass Ukrainians, because they had to tell the black soldiers, they had to reprimand them early, saying, no, don't get offended if they say nigga. They literally said that. I'm telling you, look it up. They literally had to reprimand black troops that these Ukrainians is calling the same nigga, racial slurs. So our money is going to Nazi Ukrainians, but we're supposed to be the party that's supposed to end white supremacy. Because the Democrats tell it.
Wow.
Yeah, those are some Nazi-ass Ukrainians, man. They don't know. Because they got mad at Vladimir Putin for showing black Jesus in Ukraine.
They said Trump gonna cut them SS checks, Social Security checks.
Now, I'll tell you, when it comes to Trump's plan, now, black people will say, well, let's talk about policy. Now, when it comes to the payroll tax cut, he's trying to cut it to zero. Now, people that's making $50,000, $60,000 in income, you'll save 15% on your taxes. But when it comes to the situation of people saying, well, what about Medicare? What about Social Security? Honestly, Social Security is dying off anyway. Even if we subsidize Social Security, it's going to go out by 2037. I don't see how can we salvage it because I just turned 30. I don't see Social Security being around when I'm 55. Now, with the payroll tax cut, you can save money for now, but you know, if you make $60,000, $70,000 a year in income, at least you get to take home $5,000, $6,000 a year. I don't know. It's a trade-off, yes, but you know, that's for W-2 workers. That's for W-2, W-2, W-9, W-4. Most black people are in that realm, so black people will see a tax saving. You ain't gotta like the motherfucker. Just save some money. You know, at least get you a house because interest rates is cutting in September. And when Fat Man get back in the White House, he's gonna bully Jerome Powell to cut him to zero. So, black folks, get your houses, go get your down payment assistance, FHA loans, 203K loans, get you a land lot, and you use the 203 loan, be able to fix it and flip. Tax deeds, Tennessee tax deeds is actually very favorable.
When is it going back down again? You said in September?
So rate cutting is going to happen September 18th of this year.
Okay.
They're going to cut rates 2 times. Like with me, I'm positioned in the stock market. So I got my cheap JP Morgan stocks, cheap Apple stocks, and I'm trading options. But for the people that's in the real estate game, look at your tax deed assessor's office and start bidding on them tax delinquent properties. Now, in Alabama, they have it over the counter where you can bid online and you can find tax deeds that's $500, $600, $700, $800. Take them before the Hispanics do. Take them before the Asians do. Take them before whoever is coming in.
Would you email me that link in Alabama for Alabama?
Yes, ma'am. I'll just put my email in the chat. But when it comes to a plan, if I have to give black folks a plan, clean your credit. Because when FICO 10T comes in, it's going to be hard to clean your credit off. My email is in the chat. That's creditbuilder475@gmail.com. I don't know if I can text this number.
Yeah, you can text it because I don't see it coming up in the chat.
Okay, I put it in the chat. But when it comes to Alabama and Tennessee, and pretty much the whole Southeast, because Georgia, that's very easy tax free property that you can scoop up. You just paid the taxes delinquent, and your next step would get a clear title. And clear title is just a situation where if there's any heirs or anybody before the property, any type of unfinished business will be cleaned up with using a quiet title. And you can take it over with no liens, no delinquencies, no mortgage, nothing. You can just start off with the land. You just leverage the land to get a down payment. So that would be a land in lieu. So you use the land to be able to get the construction loan, and that land will be enough to cover the down payment, the closing costs, and any type of transaction fees when building. So that's like one solution. Now, for the black women that are in the nursing field, we need more nurse staffing agencies. That's how the Filipinos was running amok here in California, and it took a Trump DOJ to kick out 5,500 illegal Filipinos that was working in the medical field. So we need nurse staffing agencies. Mm-hmm. Using your business credit, cleaning up your credit, using Credit Strong as a trade line, a $30,000 trade line to boost up your credit, that can help one. Two, if you're a cash liquid person that has a good job, use secured loans or use pledge loans from PenFed, maybe Federal. Bank of America has secured loans, a credit union. Pay that motherfucker down within 3 months. You can see your credit score boost up 40, 50 points. Now, Credit Strong is something where if you don't have the cash liquidity, but you do have a steady income where you can pay $150, $300 a month, that's a trade line from a bank, a legitimate bank in Austin, Texas, that will provide credit onto your credit profile. And you can go to a bank with your LLC, all your documentation, your business website, business email, business name, management company, etc. You can go to Key Bank, get a no-doc business loan. No-doc business loan stating that no tax returns is required. Stated income based on your FICO, based off of how your LLC is looking, you can get up to at least $20,000. Up to $20,000. It's small, but if you have paperwork and documentation, it can be up to $50,000 to $60,000. Mm-hmm. Truist Bank is a very good bank. You guys have a lot of BB&T and Truist banks down south. They're very lender friendly. They helped one of my Alabama business partners to get $25,000. So she went to Truist and she got it on the business credit. They give you 0% interest for 12 months on the business end, so it don't show up on your personal. So that would be like a plan for people coming into the next administration, no matter who's in office. I want more black men and women, black women, giving them government contracts because, they have women disadvantaged business. We need to get in those positions, get in those spots. Black men, we need more trucking buses, dispatching, freight brokering.
Dispatching is very rewarding. They make a lot of money with dispatching.
Yes. If Orange Man come in and he can start drilling and lower the gas prices again, that's going to open the door up for trucking, where the expense ain't going to be as high. But at the end of the day, I just want black people to have a plan no matter who's in office. If it got to be Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom, cool. Just understand that leverage is business credit, get to the tax deeds, and leverage tax deed properties to buy a politician, where you got 5 properties off the tax deed and you build them up to $150,000, $200,000 each. You got enough money to buy a politician. Mm-hmm. Well, start lobbying. Let me not use the term buy a politician. Lobby with your attorney do it the legal way and go to the course of action of, networking with politicians. I mean, not just say buy one, but, that's my solution. If I was the black president, I would say, man, we need to get involved in IT, medical billing for the women, medical billing, nurse staffing agencies. Our brothers, we need to get back in carpenter work, or if you're white collar brothers, IT, credit repair, leverage AI, ChatGPT, become a grant writer.
I'm a grant writer.
These situations are business to business. Yes. Oh, you're a grant writer.
I am.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. So when it comes to that, my email's in the chat though. And thank you, Tamara. I done ran a whole mile. I know your audience disagreed with me, but that's just my solution, man. I don't think that it's smart to have more competition. If we are already saying that we're struggling now, bringing more competition that is going for themselves and very clannish in the way how they operate culturally, and Hispanics are clannish, I don't think it's smart. But thank you, Tamara. Please have a blessed evening.
Thank you so much, and make sure you put text your email to this number.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye. Shout out to We Win. I think that's his name, We Win. That's my first time seeing him in the chat. But the line is open. I know everybody has a difference of opinion as it relates to the politics, right? Politics can be a very emotional and intense conversation. Politics and religion are two conversations that people go, oh, I'm just going to stay away from it because people get too emotional, but we can handle it over here. I want for people to be able to speak their piece and truly tell how they feel, and respect people for not, if they don't feel the way or think the way that they think. I think that everybody points are valid, especially to them. That's what makes them valid, Absolutely. Hey, like I said, because of what I've seen just within the Memphis politics, I decided I'm independent and I'm going to vote for where there's going to be some equality as it relates to at least attempting to redistribute the wealth, because the wealth has only been placed in one community. Okay. And when they start placing it in other communities or making it available in other communities, it's still not the Black community. Somehow they go digging for, we start hearing about religions and not religions, but ethnicities I never even heard of. And they'll go and find another one or make up another race just to keep from distributing any wealth in the Black community. And when they finally do give a few of us a little bit, hey, I don't know if it's a secret, and they say, listen, we're gonna give you this, but you don't tell nobody. The few of us that got it be too scared to say anything because they're afraid it's gonna be taken back from them, or they just don't want nobody else to know, right? But anyways, hey, I'm for whoever is going to listen to us as we make demands about the wealth being redistributed in the Black community also. But I wanted to show y'all this. This is, I think I've shown you guys this before, and this is something that did not make it. A lot of people didn't see, right? And it's the Black agenda. And Tavis Smiley, y'all know they took him off of TV. And I won't play Minister Farrakhan because every time I play him talking about throwing out some nuggets, some people tend to get offended, okay? But there was another lady, and I wanted for you all to see how Black leaders was crying out when President Obama was in office, right? They was crying out saying, President Obama, what about us? I think because I don't want for my community to get mad at me. Y'all don't get mad at me, okay? We have to respect each other, but I think we're going to have to start asking for more other than food stamps and welfare, okay? We need the business grants. Okay, if you get a loan, that's fine, but there are communities that get grants, right, to start businesses. We got to start preparing ourselves for stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, who am I speaking with? I didn't hear your name.
Oh, this is Ken.
Hey, Ken, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing really good.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I think I'm hearing the Democratic Party pushing for Hillary.
Okay, the Democratic Party is pushing for Hillary.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing on CNN and Fox and all that. They pushing for Hillary.
Okay, I didn't even know that she was even an option.
Yeah, they her name is coming up for a minute now.
Okay.
I think she has more experience than Harris.
Okay. Well, Harris has been the vice president. I don't think Hillary has ever been the vice president.
Yeah, I don't think so. They just being with Bill for that long. He been the president and just being in the around in the circle Congress, House of Representatives.
Mm-hmm.
I think she know her ropes in the political scene, especially in Washington D.C.
Mm-hmm.
Versus Harris.
Okay.
Yeah, from my personal opinion, Harris don't have any black agenda. She don't care about the black agenda because her husband is a white Jew. So she don't have any interest in black affairs. She'll play that role to get where she needs to go, but honestly, I don't think she really cares.
Well, Harris has never even identified with being black.
Exactly. She never identified with it, or she'll dance or put on them pearls and get the AKA votes, but she really don't have any interest in black affairs.
Mm-hmm.
So people really have to pay attention, because they'll pull a lot of poll tricks, they'll play the race card, and they'll do whatever they need to do to get the votes. And I think that's why Biden had to open borders to bring the immigrants in to replace the black votes. So that was a strategy too. They had the borders open like that.
Right. Well, let me address him. Hold on for 1 second. Carrington Cox. Now, I'm just going to say this, and like I said, this is open. We all have a right to our opinion, and I'm going to say this. I think that there should be reparations, and it is because I don't know what your race is, because I'm unable to see. But it seems to me there are many communities that have gotten reparations, and a lot of those people are reaping benefits in the United States, and whatever happened to their people didn't even happen in the United States. There are people that are rich now. They're benefiting from the generational wealth of their ancestors, because African slaves were forced to work for them for free. So they're still, their families, their generations are rich. I'd be rich too if I could get people to work for me without paying them for years, right? So they're still reaping the benefits of the wealth that was created out of our ancestors working for them for free. I think that our ancestors lineages should get the reparations that they did not get. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, you can go ahead, hon.
Yeah, now also with that touching on reparations, we have to be careful with that, because do we want reparations as far as land or money? We have to be careful. A lot of people think reparations are supposed to be money, and you can easily get tricked, because they can give us the money, then go and do something to lower the dollar value. And
Mm-hmm.
Versus being, hey, give me my 40 acres. And everybody knows land appreciates its value. Land will never go down in value.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather have land or something like that. Give me land or something like that versus cash money.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with everything going to a digital currency now, I'd rather have the land. Because I know for sure, give me that land, the land going to go up in money.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you got so many people now that move to rural Mississippi, Arkansas, because there's all the land right now.
That's where all the land is. Absolutely right. Carrington says, I respectfully disagree.
Moving from California to Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, because that's where all the land is. And they can buy for cheap.
I understand. He says I respectfully disagree. Listen, we're all on here to express. Hey, everybody's opinion is respected. Um, he says I worked my ass off for everything I've got, and my taxes should not increase. Taxation is theft. We went and says we can develop the land and expand it. McNamee says Kamala parents was immigrants. McNamee says probably explains the borders. She says that her father says that he's Jamaican, but he looked black to me though. He probably is from Jamaica. What is his race though? Because I don't think Jamaican is a race.
Uh-uh.
Hmm.
And most Jamaicans identify as black.
That's because that's what they are.
Yeah, that's what they are.
It's gonna be interesting though. Do you think that she can win?
At this point, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard because Trump got a full head of steam, and I think a lot of blacks are finally trying to disenfranchise themselves from the Democratic Party because they've been voting for what most blacks have voted Democrat for what 90-some years, 100-some years, and really nothing changed.
Right.
The bottom line, our communities still look the same. Rather, who's in the White House? Our communities will still look the same. So what I tell people is be more involved in local elections and forget about the national, because the national gonna do what it's gonna do. As long as you take care of the local, you'll start seeing changes like in your community. Where your tax dollars go, better public schools in your communities instead of all the money going to the white areas.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people get caught up in the national presidential election when your local election are far more important. And we all see the results of that because when the DA got in there versus AY, we already see what how Memphis will get to that happen.
I agree. I agree. The local races are way more important because they affect you on a day to day basis, for sure.
Just like Steve Cohen, he has been given office time at a time, and really, what has he done? I know he's probably done a little bit, but as many times he's been reelected, his track record should be showing a lot more.
He does nothing but give money to the. He does nothing but give money grants to the black churches to consistently keep the people in his, so that they can keep the black people in his back pocket.
Exactly, and with the last name like Cohen, we already know he's a Jew, so of course he's gonna squeeze the black dollar for all his worth.
Well, but let me ask you this: but when these politicians continuously trick the black community, whose fault is it?
It's all because we keep voting by name.
Absolutely.
Name recognition. We get comfortable and we keep voting for the same person. It's like the last mayor race I was playing. Please don't get your hands back in there. I know everybody know him. You get the hell out of my office and all that, but he to move Memphis forward, he's not with Memphis League right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just go right up 40 and look how Nashville done grew. Because they got the right leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Nashville got 3 water parks. We don't have nothing.
They took everything that Memphis had, didn't they? Nothing left. Liberty Land. They took. I don't think the Memphis Fair The Memphis Fair is in South Haven now.
Yep. Then on top of that, Nashville they even running to get a Major League Baseball team. And I told my brothers, once they get that Major League Baseball team, the Memphis Grizzlies are gone.
Well, you know that the
hockey team and they're gonna have a baseball team. So once they get their baseball team, the Memphis Grizzlies are gone. They're gonna be in Nashville.
I'm gonna tell you something. Remember the Tennessee Titans? You was in Memphis first. Remember, and they let Nashville get them. They was the Memphis. They was first the Houston Oilers. Then they came to Memphis and was the Tennessee Oilers, and then they moved them to Nashville.
Memphis didn't want to build them a new stadium. Once the word got out on that, Nashville like, hey, we'll build y'all one. Come on.
And they've been winning with that ever since, haven't they?
Yeah, they can get a brand new stadium built now. They can tear down the old stadium, get a brand new stadium up there. But it's mark my words. If Nashville get a Major League Baseball team, the Memphis Grizzlies gonna be gone. Cause they gonna follow the money. Any businessman gonna follow the money. What they call it now? They call it Nash Vegas. Whatever they call it now, Nash Vegas.
Well, they had politicians that was ready to.
They were standing on business.
Yeah.
They say we finna build this city up. And that's exactly what they did. They're gonna build this city up. So I'm gonna get off the line and let some other people call in, but people have to pay attention to what's going on behind the scenes, and you have to follow the money. With all these politicians, you have to find out who's giving the most money to their campaigning and follow their interests. That's how you're gonna find out what their interests are.
I agree. Well, thank you for calling in.
All right, you're welcome.
Bye-bye. There was someone else that called in, and right when he called in, let me see. Whoever it is, you could call back in. It was a Memphis number. The number is 615-854-7509, 615 area code 854-7509. They said Trump refused presidential pay over $400,000. Mama G says, even Miss Tamara and Chad, for all those Trump lovers, especially our black and brown people, Trump is no God, period. 2024, God is our hope. God is definitely our hope. Hey, JT, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, Tim?
I'm doing really good.
Okay, that's good. I think I called right when the other person he was called. He made some really good points about, you know what I'm saying, what transpired earlier today. And I'm trying to figure out this. I'm trying to figure out why so many of these black people, you know what I'm saying, so fascinated with Donald Trump. I mean, I don't get that. Because, I mean, the only thing I can really see, Tom, is that they really think that he did. I mean, when he was in office, for some reason they think he was responsible for the stimulus money. But he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
He just happened to be the president that was there. Well, actually, excuse me, he was the president that was going out when the pandemic started.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you got to realize that the Democrats, they had the Senate and they had the House of Representatives when he was in office. He had the presidency, so pretty much he could veto everything, or he could go ahead and you know, he could pass the bill and make it a law where the stimulus money came out. But the Republicans didn't want to give anybody anything.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think? Really, do you think the Democrats have done a good job?
I mean, really, I mean, it's almost a combination. It's a combination because I've heard people say that the economy is in a recession or depression or whatever. I don't think it's in a recession. You just got a lot of lazy people that don't want to work. You know, because down there where I work at, you know, we need plenty of people to come to work. Don't nobody want to work. Start job about $19, $20 an hour. Don't nobody even want that. That's pretty decent money, especially if you don't have a job. They don't even want that. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what's the fascination with Trump, because
well, I think
go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that because, I mean, just from my standpoint of it, I don't think Biden did a good job. I think because Trump is people feel like he's the only other option. People only look at, that's why I say, you know, RFK Jr. is in the independent. He's in the race, but I don't like what Biden has done.
Well, that may be true, Cameron. Now, I'm not going to sit here on the phone and tell you that I like everything that Biden has done. I mean, you know, but if you look at the economy, I mean, that's what that's what they're going to look at. The first thing they're going to holler about is the economy. And, you know, and I think the economy is pretty decent. I think inflation is all over the world. It's not just the United States. It's all over the world. I mean, really, if you do your homework and look at the economy across the globe, it's everywhere. So I don't think if you elect Trump, and I don't think if you elect Trump, it's just gonna go back down to like it was 8 years ago when he was in office. That's just not gonna happen. It's not. And can you name me one thing that you saw that Trump and the Republicans did?
Well, listen, I'll say this. When Trump was in office, and I didn't even vote for him the first time, my business, I made three to four times what I would normally make. It seems like a lot of money was circulating, and I'm not talking about those stimulus checks.
Now, so what? You feel like his presidency had a lot to do with that?
Well, it didn't happen up under any other one.
Well, I mean, honestly, in my lifetime, I think my biggest income, to be honest with you, were under two Democratic presidents. And I'm going to say Bill Clinton, and I'm going to say President Obama.
Okay.
So,
as for me, I didn't see that up under President Obama, and I voted for him twice. But as for me, I didn't see that up under him. I saw where he was consistent. I saw where he was consistently bailing out the billion-dollar companies, like giving the poor people small stimulus checks, and bailing out Chevrolet, GMC, Capital One, and they took the money and ran. They did nothing. They took the money and ran.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point you made. But you need to also remember this, Cameron. When President Obama was the president, if I'm not mistaken, the Republicans, they held the Senate, and they also held the House of Representatives. And then you also had this guy, I can't think of his name, that said he was going to make sure that everything Obama tried to pass, he was going to make sure it didn't pass. I can't think of the Speaker of the House. Newt Gingrich, I think that was his name. I don't know. I may be wrong. He said he was going to make sure that whatever Obama tried to pass, that he was going to make sure that it was not become law. And, the president is almost like a figurehead.
Yeah, but he was sure whatever he could do, he was doing it, but he was doing it for a lot of other communities other than the Black communities.
Yeah, I mean, it's some stuff that he did that I didn't like, but I'm pretty sure, there was a lot of stuff that the Republicans did that most of the people who want to vote for Donald Trump, and you realize this time, if he does win, I mean, he would make history even if he wins. I mean, he won in 2016, he lost in 2020. I mean, there's never been a president to lose split and win again. It just never has happened. I mean, when you lose, it's over with. So I don't see him getting voted back in. But I will say this though: when it comes to this political stuff, you know, the Democrats and the Republicans, they almost like gangs. You got one color that's blue, the Democrats, and the Republicans are red. They got certain people who gonna vote for them under any circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the blacks come in at, and that's where the Mexicans, the Latinos come in at, and the other minorities. So you really need to get just a percentage of the blacks, a percentage of the Mexicans, and a percentage of the other minorities to win. Because you got a certain segment of white people, they're going to vote Republicans regardless of what they're doing. A certain percentage of the white folks don't vote Democrat regardless of what the economy is.
Some people strictly vote based on party. They don't care who it is. They just...
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Okay, and I want to kill this narrative too. Because they always say black people vote Democrat. They do. Let me ask, do you believe that?
Most black people do strictly just vote Democrat, and they don't even know why.
Okay, well, let me spin that narrative around. Do you believe most white people vote Republican?
Yeah.
Why they don't ever use that
Maybe
narrative?
it's because, for some reason, hey, it's because our community seems to be the one that's always in the pickle.
Well, could it be just
and what we need to do is we need to vote based on who's going to do what's necessary for our community. We need to get together and create an agenda. And instead of letting Democrat or Republican or whoever come to our community and give us a song and a dance, when they get to our community, we got some stuff set in place, whereas we have an agenda and we interview them and ask them, can you do this? This is what we need. Can you do it?
I'm in agreement with you on that. And you've been kind of hard on Miss Harris. Wow. You've been rough on her, John.
Yeah, I've been rough on her. I've been rough on Miss Harris because I know Miss Harris' history. I don't like how people like Miss Harris and folks will say, well, I don't think that that's important. It is very much important. I don't like how people try to make a fool out of black people. They take advantage of our people, and they've been doing it for so long. They do. They've used religion. They've used, to make people feel guilty. They've used so much to keep our people in the positions that they are, because a lot of our people just didn't know. They rule with fear. They rule with so much, right? Because of the traumatization of our people, right? Most of our people, we stay in the same positions because of fear. Well, I fear if I do this, I ain't gonna go to heaven. I fear if I speak up and say something about the atrocities of our people, they're saying that I won't be able to get into heaven, or this and that. The preacher says that I should vote for this person, so I can't question a man of God or a woman of God. So I don't see what he's doing for our people, but I got to follow what the pastor said. I'm sick of this shit. And so what we have to do is we got to start voting based on we got to change. First of all, we got to change up what we're doing, because it's almost insanity now, and we're just robotically just voting based on who has a good hoop and a holler. If somebody else that we hold in high reverence say that we should, instead of getting together and vetting these people, right, and voting based on who is going to be better. I don't care what their race is. We got to stop voting based on race, name recognition, and party. Okay, because that is what is keeping our community in the position that it is in.
I definitely agree with everything you just said, but I'm gonna ask you this, Tamara. I can't think of a Republican who I felt like ever had our best interest. And just like you said, it can be a black Democrat that won't have our best interest. And I don't think the Republicans ever have our best interest. I mean, you can look at what they say when they be up there in their debates.
They don't never say anything that's going to benefit our neighborhood or that's going to benefit us. You don't even ever hear them even talk about us.
Right.
So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard for me, and I'm a Democrat / independent, but I guess I'm more leaning toward a Democrat. I don't think I could be conservative. I don't have enough money to be conservative. You know, so I can't see myself voting that way.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I mean, you know, to each his own. Like you say, everybody's gonna have their own opinion. I just don't. I just think this is a historic day. I see somebody put in the chat where it was a president who won, lost, and won again. I'm gonna have to research that because I can't remember that. That has been way back when. But hey, I don't know. I'm not, you know. It's like I say, it's a historical day. But I could never vote for Donald Trump just by a lot of the rhetoric and a lot of the racist mess that he done spewed out. Now, sure enough, you know, everybody knows Joe Biden was squeaky clean, but ain't none of them squeaky clean.
I was looking at Joe Biden recently. He was out at a rally, and it was he was shaking everybody's hand and hugging everybody. And there were two, they were all lined up together, and there was a black girl who had just hugged the white woman next to her, and the black girl was waiting to get her hug and to talk to him, and he walked right past her and went to the next white woman. I've been trying to find it so bad, and I can't find it. I believe it's on Willie D's page on his Instagram. As a matter of fact, hold on. You can keep talking. But because this is the type of stuff that I talk about, because I can't get past Biden when he first started running for politics back in the 60s, when they were talking about integration in the schools, and they asked him about integration, and he says that it would be a tragedy for his kids to have to integrate in schools with black children. He says, but I guess that we're going to have to start accepting that this is probably going to be the norm.
You know what, John, I see somebody in your chat saying some stuff. Said Trump ain't never said a racist comment that wasn't true. Trump, he called all the Mexican immigrants rapists. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a fair statement for him to make. He called, what is those dudes, they got convicted of rape in New York, and they were all found not guilty. And he still said that they were guilty, and said that they should be tried for the death penalty. I don't know if a lot of people are aware of that. He's for the death penalty. So he don't care about you. And another thing he did, they said when he had the Trump casino.
Hold on, y'all. I just, before I'm gonna let you finish, but I want y'all to see this. This is why I'm not a fan of Biden. Listen. Hey, I'm not saying I'm a fan of Trump. Look at this. Here it is, right here. Said rejected the black woman. Look. You see how the girl looked? You see that? He passed her right on by just like she wasn't even there. Do y'all see that? Now she's out there to support him, and he act like she was not even there. See, that Alzheimer's that he got made him revert back to what he was, that he always was in the 60s, but he had to change it to pander to black people to stay in office. Because the truth of the matter is, most Democrats, okay, people that claim that they're Democrats are really undercover Republicans, but they need the black vote. Okay.
True. I could go for that.
Great. got his ear shot off last week and now has on a finger bandage.
I'm glad you, and you know what? I'm glad he brought up that incident
Oh
right
my
there.
God.
Okay, he gets shot in his ear with an AR. And do you actually think his ear would probably still be there? You know, come on now, it would probably tore his ear completely off.
They definitely. Now I will say this. I don't know what that was about, but they weren't trying to kill him because they would have had a better shot in the forehead.
Exactly. I mean, big as his head is.
I tell you, I don't know though, but
Yeah.
hey, I just know Biden is. I was not, and I've been very vocal about this. I was not going to vote for Biden.
But you know, you can make some good points, Tom. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't crazy about Joe Biden, but I think he was the lesser of two evils.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just had two horrible candidates.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Democrats seem like they could have pushed somebody out better. And I can't believe the Republicans ran this dude. And you just got convicted of all these felonies. Man, you can't even go get a job at FedEx with one or two felonies. But you can run for the president of the United States. How ridiculous is that?
Mm-hmm.
And people need to stop trying to, saying, well, look, that was a felony. A felony is a felony. Oh, okay. Well, you were in criminal, and you work for the law enforcement, right, Tamara?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you got one or two felonies, can I go down there and be a cop? Yes or no?
No, not at all.
Okay, can I run for the mayor of the city of Memphis, Tamara?
No.
Okay, you think I can go down to Federal Express with 1, 2, 3, 4 felonies and go work at Fred Smith place down at FedEx or either UPS?
No, not unless you get them expunged.
Okay, he hasn't got anything expunged. People still talking about hometown. I mean, it is crazy.
I tell you, I see what you're saying.
Okay, it's a double thing. Okay, now let me ask you this, and I'm not trying to make everything about race because I'm old enough to know everything is about race. If that was President Obama, Tamara, do you think they would allow him to become the president of the United States? He just got convicted of all 34 felonies. Yes or no?
I'm going to have to say I don't know because they say it is on the books that you can be a felon and work for and run for president. They said that's the law.
Okay, well, I know you want to be politically correct because you have your show, but I don't have to be politically correct. No, he wouldn't. So, I mean, that law just applies to only certain people.
Right.
And it's a double standard. And I mean, that's just the way it is. I didn't make the rules, you didn't make the rules, but that's just the way it is. And in my heart of hearts, I hope this guy doesn't win. I hope the Democrats come up with somebody that can compete with him. Because if you're gonna let him become the president with 34 felonies, you might well just go ahead and just rewrite the whole law. I mean, and just say, look, okay, he's the president with 34 felonies. Okay, well let people with felonies let them carry firearms. He's the president of the United States. He got 34.
Right.
And they haven't been expunged.
Right. I mean, I could see, especially, I could see how people, especially those have gone to jail, paid their retribution, and they want to get out and walk on a straight and narrow road. And that is a constant thorn in their side. I understand.
Okay, well, what about Trump and his 34 convictions, Tamara? I'm just asking.
That's what. Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. I understand how people like those persons that have gone to jail and paid their retribution would feel about them. It's not been easy for them to get out and get jobs and stuff, and yet here is the president of the United States saying they got these felonies or convictions or whatever, and he's able to be the top man in the country, right?
Yeah. Well, okay, I'm just waiting to see. He's been convicted. I'm trying to wait and see when is the sentencing date. That hasn't been announced. And if this guy does go ahead and becomes the president of the United States for the second time, how would that play out? So I was told in Africa, you don't have a record once you serve your time. Sorry to say, we not in Africa. But I just want to see how that's going to play out when it's time and for them to dispose of pass sentence on this guy. How is that going to play out? Time he's the president of the United States. Where's the integrity in that? Let me ask you that.
Well, I guess I don't know. You're trying to get me to say something bad about him so bad.
I mean, I'm just really asking you because I know you're a law-abiding citizen. You know what I'm
right.
saying? You work in law enforcement. And where's the integrity?
Well, he should get it expunged. I agree.
Okay. All right, Tom. I enjoyed our conversation. I guess I'm going to get out the phone. I can't get you to say what I want you to say.
You have been trying for the last 7 minutes. I was looking at the clock to try to get me to say something.
Yeah, I've been pushing. You won't say what I want you to say.
Yeah, I know when you said you worked in law enforcement, then I knew it was coming.
Okay, I'm gonna say this then. I'm gonna get off the line because I know somebody else trying to buzz in because I'm enjoying our conversation. Hey, this lady Kamala Harris, I don't know if she's gonna be the Democratic nominee because I think it's other governors that they're gonna probably try to push out there. Hopefully it's a man because I just don't think that she can win. I'm gonna be with you on that, Kamala. I don't think Ms. Harris is gonna win.
Right.
I don't think enough white people will vote for her. I just don't.
Right, because forget about the race. You have to deal with the chauvinistic men that don't care nothing about race. They not ready for a woman. People talking about race, but they got to think about a lot of those people men that are just chauvinists. And believe it or not, you have a lot of women. Although they're women, they feel like, no, I want a man to run the country. You have to think about the mindset of a lot of people.
And you're right about that, Jeremy, because my son's mom said exactly what you said when Hillary was running. She didn't want Hillary to win. I mean, I didn't understand it. And if I'm not mistaken, she was running against Donald Trump. She said she'd rather for Trump to have won. As far as I know, she wouldn't have voted for Donald Trump. You know, it's everything that happens in okay, I see this person says all about race. Everything is all about race. I don't care what nobody say. You know, like I said, I'm old enough to realize, man, everything that happens in this world, and I'm going to say this world because we live in the United States, and that's really our world. Everything is about race. And you can tell when a white person, is racist when they don't want to talk about race. So you know he's racist because they don't want to talk about it. And that's just the way it is. So, but anyway, Cham, I'm gonna get off this line. I enjoy speaking with you. I can't get you to say what I want you to say. And I'm gonna give somebody else a chance to call and talk to you. And I enjoyed talking to you on the phone.
Okay, thank you for calling in.
All right, you have a nice day.
All right, bye-bye. All right, thank you, JT, for calling in. JT tried hard to get me to say something. I knew when he said you don't work in law enforcement. When he said that, I knew it was coming, and he was at it for minutes. Great Face says Kamala can beat Trump. It won't be close. Aaron says even though Obama was trash for Black folks. Lorenzo says Trump is the only president in history to win an election, then lose, and about to win again. Usually after a president lose, they quit politics.
Ramona, right?
Hey, Ramona.
You know it's on, don't you?
Yeah.
You know it's on. You should have known. You shouldn't even put that shit even in your well, you know I'm strong it went down. If they knew the man was too old, why didn't you start at the beginning?
Right. I think this was planned.
And it hurt his feelings. Now, Tamara, listen, now you wrong. I'm gonna tell you, you wrong now.
Why I'm wrong?
If it wasn't for Biden, he's been in office, in politics for 54 years.
Uh-huh.
At least 85 to 90% of the shit that we got today, like the healthcare and stuff, him and Kennedy, Edward Kennedy them was just fighting it, making sure we was keeping it.
Okay.
He's not as bad as everybody thought. But I just didn't like the little 22-ass people that got in the back room and said, well, we're going to get rid of Biden.
But do you think that he's healthy enough? Were you watching the debates? Do you think that Biden is healthy?
No, he's old.
Well, no, not old, because I wouldn't mind him being old. It's definitely not about age, because there are a lot of old people that are quick on their feet. But is he healthy?
Roosevelt wasn't healthy, Tamara.
Mm-hmm.
Roosevelt wasn't healthy. And Mama and Daddy and them was little bitty kids, so they knew he was walking on crutches and stuff. But they couldn't even lift the boat.
But it seems like to me, Ramona, it seems like to me that he has Alzheimer's.
No, he doesn't. Right now, this man, I've been on phone calls all day on my regular phone. This is just my throwaway phone. But on my regular phone, I've been on calls all day. This man is literally hurt.
Is it?
Because the powers with be is the one that turned their back on him. Let him make up his own mind.
He can make up his own mind, can he?
But here's what I'm saying. They didn't let him. He was forced out.
Are you sure?
Tamara, trust me. He was forced out. You had 22 people in the room with their lawyers. Now, I'm talking about the big wheels.
Mm-hmm.
And then they turned around and said, well, what if we get rid of him? And they got no plan. They got no backup plan. You got 1,500 of us that wrote the letter, signed the paper and said, now keep him in. It was black women that did that.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did didn't matter. But that's okay. And black ass Obama, he had his ass stowed right up in it. And that's my dog. But I don't like what went on.
Okay. Do you think Kamala can run the country?
You damn right. She's tough.
Mm-hmm. She definitely tough on putting overcharge. She definitely.
I know her enough to believe in her.
She definitely tough on.
No,
she definitely tough on overcharging black folks.
There's some stuff, like I said, there's some stuff that I don't agree with her with. I don't agree with it. But she knows the shit. See, they had a hit back for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
But if she's not on top of that ticket, they're not getting my vote.
What is she gonna do? What is she gonna do to help to redistribute some of that wealth?
Tamara doesn't come tomorrow or next week. It's gonna come down in the years. That's what he has set up. Biden has set up. It's gonna come down in the years. What's name? He's not gonna He's not going to do nothing. Somebody has got to step up and read that Project 2025. This is gonna make you think about some shit. My sister found it took her a minute.
So what do you think about what do you get from Project 2025? What do you think he's trying to do?
Oh my God, it's been going on since 88. It was already put out in 88. Everybody didn't pay no attention. I didn't pay no attention because I was busy at the time. But it's about taking women's rights from them. It's 199, page 199 is about the blacks. Reporting all the people that's been here all their lives. And setting us back. Setting the black people back for a few years. What they want to do is go back to 1969. That means all my daddy and mama's work is for nothing. But Cameron's parents did walk the picket line. And he is black. He's Jamaican, but he's black.
How come she can't say he black? She's never said it.
She don't have no choice. If she didn't say it,
she could have said it and it had like less of a blow. When she was a vice president, she's never admitted she was mixed with black.
Well, she ain't got no damn choice now. But I know here's what I'm thinking it's gonna be. I could be wrong. It's gonna be Clinton Harris. She is gonna be your next president. That's what I think. Been doing it too long, time. About like your daddy now. Been doing this stuff out here too long. I mean, I don't like the way things is going either. Because like I was telling my neighbors today, we're living in Revelations right now. But it's just hard to me to wrap around. You let 22 billionaires choose what they want you to do. I mean, you just had to be on the phone calls last night, the way things was going. It's a big ass disaster.
Great Face says Project 2025 means as soon as Trump is in office in 25, there will be drastic changes. Trump ain't forget the main reason he lost in 2020 was the lack of the black vote. He coming for revenge, my Pete.
You better believe it. You better believe it. And yes, I think about Memphis. I think about Broadway up here in Louisville. I think about all that. Has not bothered nobody. Them black people, they having problems down in Memphis, just like they are up Broadway up in Louisville. Because they don't bother nobody. You know what I'm saying?
JT says Biden was forced out. He didn't step down willingly. Ms. Harris can definitely run the country.
That's it.
Thank you for the super sticker, JT.
Now, but here's what I'm saying, Cameron. But what JT Logan, I'm saying you're watching on TV, but what JT Logan don't understand is what I know. They don't want her on the ticket for real. They're sad. See, the rich, powerful people don't want her on the ticket either. So Biden just went on out and put her on the ticket. You cannot. It's too late. Everything is too late now. Everybody, a lot of people start voting in September.
So you think that? So you think they're not? You think they're not going to vote?
I think they want to broker convention at the convention. And that's when our hell's going to break loose.
Mm-hmm.
And people just started some stuff that they got no backup plan, Pamela. They have no backup plan. They want it by now, but they don't have no plan. And that's sad. You had 2 or 3 young people in there. They couldn't have been no more than 25 on the phone call last night. Well, they asked them, what's your backup plan? Because everybody was thinking, well, Kamala Harris will be on the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't want to hear that. Kamala, we're talking about billionaires with lawyers, and they could not answer the question.
Wow.
The things I could tell you would make the hair jump up on your head and make your daddy come up out of that grave. That's how bad it was last night.
Oh, wow.
I knew it was coming. I just didn't know what time it was coming that he was going to say something about it. I knew it. I knew it was coming last night. I was going to tap into you, but I didn't. The best thing there is to put Kamala right down top of the ticket, and she get our governor from Kentucky. Because he's a safe bet, because he hasn't got no skeletons in his problem.
Mm-hmm.
If she's smart, that's what she'll do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to lose him as our governor, because he's been good to us. That guy, I think he might be your age, he might be younger, but he's a good man.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's bad as people think behind the scenes. And don't think Obama didn't have his ass stuck up in there, because he was. I've been knowing about the man ever since 2002, Tamara. I knew in 2005 that he was going to run in 2007 and 8.
Oh, wow.
It's pathetic. They got no backup plan. But they don't want her either. Don't you get this wrong. They do not want her. But Biden, he played his ace card. He put on the ticket. They got to have the incumbents got to be on the ticket in our 50 states. Because if you don't, Trump's going to sue. And that's going to change everything.
Mm-hmm.
That takes the young people asked last night, what is the plan? But none of them, they got the money and the lawyers, but they didn't have no plan.
Wow. Well, Miss Ramona, we got other people beeping in, so you could call back in.
No, it's all right. I'm gonna let it go and just listen.
Okay. Because I'm gonna be on for 20 more minutes. I'm gonna let them get in.
Yeah, all right. Talk to you later.
Thank you, love.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Miss Ramona called in and said, Tamara, you is wrong. She told me Miss Ramona was hot. She was flaming hot. She was steady beeping that line. Get me told. You guys, make sure y'all hit the like button. I forgot to tell you guys to hit the like button, okay? Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. If you want to support the channel, you can support the channel via Cash App, okay? We was talking about Biden has decided not to run. Now what happens, okay? And I knew that this subject would bring a lot of strong emotions, okay? Definitely, because there are some hardcore Democrats, there are hardcore Republicans. I think I'm kind of in the middle, as I'm kind of independent. I've never been a Biden fan. I didn't vote for him the first time, so I'm not gonna even tell no lie. And it was because I did my history on Biden, and going back and looking at that video that he just completely disregarded a black girl who was out there. Okay, see that dementia has taken him back to the 60s, I believe. I've heard him do speeches where um, he has consistently insulted black people. I heard him say in a speech, and his people came back and tried to fix it. He says, "See, he don't get called out on his shit. Unlike black, unlike African Americans, Hispanic people are well diverse." And so then his people came back and corrected them. It was like, no, Mr. Biden didn't mean that. He meant it this way. Anyways, he been having dementia now for a long time. But hey, a lot of people are going to support Kamala. And it's going to be interesting. It is. It's going to be interesting. Now, I will say this. He said Central Park 5, Trump said, kill us. Are you talking about, was there a riot with the Central Park 5? Curtis Ivy. Carrington says, voted for Obama first term and regretted he murdered 16-year-old American citizen. I don't know, y'all. Everybody has a difference of opinion. Like I said, I like RFK Jr. I think I told people they have not been promoting RFK Jr. And RFK Jr. says that the reason he has not been doing debates is because Biden says he would not come on a stage that RFK Jr. was on. Okay. RFK is the independent person. Okay. He's running independent. But I know running in nobody independent has ever won nothing. Okay. Anyways, y'all, hey, it's gonna be interesting to see actually what happens as it relates to this. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I'll give it to RFK Jr. He's not a puppet for the machine of war. Curtis says Trump wanted 5 blacks executed. Then they ended up being innocent, so New York paid them millions.
We win it.
Hey, we win it.
Can I get one last laugh with you?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, the Trump hate is strong. The force is strong. You were trying to land something on that one with you, man. But when it comes to everything, T, now everybody is pretty much stating that if Gavin does come in, that's going to give even more black votes. Because I think Gavin's going to come in, or Hillary, or Gretchen Whitmer.
Mm-hmm.
In all honesty, I don't think it's going to be Kamala. Because the media's not talking as if she's Madam President already.
Right. Okay. See, I didn't know that Hillary was going to even try to get back into the race again.
Oh, Hillary's always saying tag me in. We could see Hillary in 2024, 2028, 2032. we expect to see Hillary's face in interviews.
I will say this, just with Hillary working with Obama, Hillary seems to be a war criminal to me.
See, that's because you ain't emotional. thinking logically. But for all the people that's in there, I definitely want to see what is. I definitely want to see how they feel after the Democrats do another bigot move and say, okay, we're going to take away the quote-unquote black woman and put a white man up in here, Gavin Newsom. Or they were talking about a situation of Roy Cooper, North Carolina, J.B. Pritzker of Illinois, which he's failing in Illinois. Illinois is about to go red. But, yeah, that's what their outsiders is looking like. Convention is coming up soon. It's coming up soon in Chicago.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Maybe they decided because so many blue states was thinking about going red, they felt like this would be best to do to keep the blue states blue.
You got to keep it blue. You got to keep it blue because North Carolina, a lot of people say, well, it's a purple state. But even though that it's the blue governor, that was Roy Cooper at the time, he's a Democrat, the state still went red. You got states like Wisconsin, they just flipped red. Mandela Barnes lost his election to Johnson. Yeah, some white dude named Johnson beat Mandela Barnes. So the Democrats is losing ground because they can't expect 90% of the black vote. You're going to have a core of maybe 65 to 75, but you're not getting 95.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting 95. Now, do you think Shelby County can flip? Is people in Memphis tired of these damn gas prices being doubled?
No, it's going to be hard to flip. It's going to be hard to flip Shelby County, and Shelby County is but I don't know because the gas prices are out of control.
Birmingham voted Donald Trump at a third of the percentage. So I looked up the statistics. Even Birmingham voted for Trump at a 30%, 33%, 35% clip. Black man in Birmingham was 50-50 even. Black woman was voting Democrat at a 75% clip, 77% clip. But yeah, that's why I asked that question.
What do you think of RFK Jr.?
Well, RFK is good for the people that didn't like vaccine mandates.
Mm-hmm.
As you noticed, the black Democrat that was gung ho about Joe Biden, but literally said, "Wait a minute, these mandates that affect my income. I don't want to take this. I don't trust the science. Wait a minute, this is Donald Trump's shot. This don't make sense." We went from saying we don't like Trump to taking his shot to mandating his shot. Those kind of voters, they went RFK. I think those are mainly the voters that went RFK.
Well, I think because of this shakeup, I think RFK he may start getting more media promotion.
Well, I think he'll get more percentage of the vote. But media perception and coverage, he's going to have to pay for that. They're not going to give him free coverage. They give Trump all the free promo, as you can see. Trump don't even got to spend no money. Let's spend anybody, but RFK, he's still campaigning. He's worth $300-400 million himself, so he has the money to do it. And plus, his VP is worth about $8 billion. So they both got money, so they can be able to do their own independent type of self-funded campaign. But I think RFK can get at least around 12, maybe 15% of the vote. Because remember, Ross Perot fucked up Poppy Bush by just splitting the vote damn near 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
At least the Republican vote. The Republican vote was split damn near 50-50. So that's how Bubba got in. And, 2 executive terms. So I don't know who per se is going to affect, because Trump needs every Grunion if he wants to win the election. And RFK is coming in. Yeah, it's taking away the Democratic market share, where they don't have as much ground, because, let them tell it, Biden has 81 million votes. But that doesn't make sense, because if that's the case, then that means black voters that voted for Obama in 2012 that didn't vote for Hillary in 2016 came out in 2020 to put Biden in the White House. And like you just said, you wasn't going with Biden at all. So, you know, by that logic, you were supposed to vote for Joe. I don't know. Democrats do a lot of this mind-bending stuff, Tamara, if you notice.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of gaslighting. There's a lot of, oh, you don't see what's going on. But that's why I asked about Shelby County, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see Tennessee having a lot of potential with a lot of investment pouring into the state. And I think Ford is going to be in Tennessee. A couple of tech companies is leaving my state to go to Tennessee, Nashville.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, I'm gonna get off of here because I gotta go out on a case tonight. But I appreciate you calling back in.
I just wanted to get a couple more chuckles, but I text you my email.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you guys. I appreciate you all getting on tonight. It was only a few people, but hey, I enjoyed the intense conversation. I love this intensity. Tamara should do 3-way with some of the call. That would be a good idea, Curtis. I think, you know what, when it comes to these debates, if people can handle being respectful to each other, because I love a good debate. I love it when people are passionate but respectful. I think I could do like a 3-way situation. If we could do a 3-way situation, if we talk about this again with people and they're, you know, debating, right? As it relates to this. Mr. Parker says, man, this ish is over with. Trump will win at minimum 40 states. This is going to turn out bad for anyone not making mid 6 figures. My suggestion, move to Canada. It's a lot of people moving to Canada. It's a lot of people moving overseas. And a lot of people have been moving overseas. And that is the truth, okay? Yeah, this was a great topic. I really enjoyed this. I hate I got to get out tonight. But listen, you guys, I enjoyed being here with you guys. Hey, as always, it has been an absolute pleasure. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you can support the channel via Cash App. I love you guys. I'll talk with you later. I got to go work tonight. I'll talk to you later.